Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk with Tim Swyat about the viability of investing in whiskey via several different avenues. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Darren McRoy, and Tim Swyat.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey, y'all. What's happening?
So we're going to have Tim weigh in on some stuff. It's not to give you financial advice or to advise in these things. We're not asking you or thinking or telling you should invest in any of these things. We're just saying, is this even viable? Because he comes from the world of finance, he can give us an idea whether it be something that we should even consider at all. Again, but he's not giving you any advice. If you have questions that involve financial advice, talk to your financial advisor. It's not us. It's not the Bourbon Daily. We're idiots, by the way. Let's not forget that. Even Tim, as smart as Tim is, he's an idiot.
Certified idiots. We're happy about it.
Yeah, we're just remember, we're idiots. All right, Kathy, you said there's something you want to talk about. What is that?
Yes. So as we're recording this week, the preliminary announcements from San Francisco came out.
Yes.
San Francisco is a big deal.
It is.
Right?
It's the World Series and Super Bowl of whiskey awards.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the San Francisco World Whiskey Awards? Is that it officially?
It's the real deal. It's the real deal. Yeah.
So I'm going to put this out there for newbies. I don't know what the difference between a gold and a double gold is.
Okay.
And I want to know why Royce Neely's Absinthe isn't platinum officially yet.
Well, okay. All right. Here's what they are. So you've got bronze, you can win. Then you've got silver, and then you've got gold.
No one cares.
Then you've got, no one cares about any of the first two. And then you've got gold, which is when you should start caring. You win a gold award, you're being recognized as the best.
Have the San Francisco World Spirits judging process right in front of me.
Okay, let's hear it.
Gold is exceptional spirits that are near the pinnacle of achievement. These products set the standard for their categories. Okay. Double gold, awarded to the entries that receive a gold medal rating by all members of the judging panel. These are among the finest products in the world. So their product was voted gold by each of the individual panelists. That's what makes them double gold.
Okay. And then platinum would be if you win double gold 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row, 3 consecutive years in a row.
So Royce Neely has won that. Maybe he wants to say it himself. So again, now Kathy accidentally exposing stuff that people want to share on their own terms. People like to share things on their own terms. So yes.
I thought maybe they had to go through another judging or
no. They're trying to win best of category now. So that would be the top scoring out of all of them. So
I think it's good to know that like double gold isn't year one though, because I was like, what's a double gold? I just thought it's anybody who entered anything. So it's good to know they've been there multiple times. I didn't know that.
No, double gold, you could win it in year one.
You can win it in year one. That means every panelist.
The whole damn thing.
Yeah. Every panelist voted you as a gold winner. So those folks that swept the panel are named double golds.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go. Yeah.
That makes
It could happen in year 1, could happen in year 5. Yeah, but the platinum has to be
Platinum.
three double golds, 3 years consecutive. So if you win it in 2023 and 2022 and 2021, you would then be platinum. And that's the highest award you can get. If you win it in 2021, 2022 and miss in 2023, but then hit it in 2024, no, you're not platinum. You have started 1 year and towards your platinum because you missed that 2023. So there you go. That's why Royce had so much riding on this, because he had 2 years of double golds. If he wins a third one, he becomes platinum. So yes, that's the story. So
okay.
yes.
That makes sense now. I like that Kathy asked this question because I never really understood either, but I didn't want to ask. So
There you
thank
go.
you.
Yeah, the more you know, right? Like they used to say.
I'm always willing to put myself out there as stupid.
Well, I don't know that it's stupid. Number one, you can Google search anything you want, just like Tim did. Number two, it doesn't really matter. You do have a concept of if there's silver. If I say there's bronze, silver, gold, and double gold, which one do you think would be the best scoring out of those?
Well, double gold.
Okay, well, so you kind of knew a little bit about it.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I'm not going to say, oh, I'm stupid, because I'm smart. But I am smart.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to give. So personally, myself, I didn't understand the difference between gold, double gold, and platinum.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted some clarification.
That's a good question because I didn't really get it either. So I'm glad you asked, because all awards are different, right? There's so many things.
Yeah, there could be different rules. That's San Francisco's rules.
Yeah.
And other ones use gold and double gold, and there can be different parameters. So
Right.
you're going to have to look up each one if you're curious about other ones that use a similar format. It's not a standard or anything like that. So yes, it's just what they do. So there you go. On that note, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with McNew.
I
And then we'll go to
have
Kathy.
Russell's Rye.
Okay. Barely audible, but it was audible. You have the lead. Kathy, you're next.
I'm going to bring out my Cedar Ridge barley pick.
Okay. Autographed by the man himself, Barley. Okay. That has the lead. Decent.
Great damn bottle, worst cork ever. It is too long.
That's what he
Not
said.
easily. I've had problems with that before.
It's
Okay.
never too long.
All right, Darren, go ahead.
Spoken by a professional.
I have a little bit of Boxing Bear.
Okay.
ABV Barrel Shop.
You
No
talked
noise.
over
Definitely
your
talked
own
over his own
His
cork
own-
pop.
he talked over his own cork pop. It was
That's
spectacular.
somebody who doesn't
but-
give a shit.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
All right. Kathy has the lead. Tim, you're next.
All right, so I'm going to toast one of the winners of the San Francisco Spirits competition with Hidden Barn.
Okay.
This is not the number 5 or the Madeira. I have those waiting for me at a very distinct location.
Undisclosed
But
location.
This is the single barrel from the ABV Barrel Shop.
Okay. Nothing there. I've got Penelope Barrel Strength.
Penelope.
Penelope Barrel Strength. Here we go. Oh, there you go. That's a winner. 100% that thing won.
I don't think anyone else made noise, Steve.
Yeah, no.
I mean, based on the weak field, I won. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
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 All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about a couple things people are either currently investing in or thinking about investing in. And we're going to kind of get a hot take on that. Is that a good idea? We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Mr. Bill. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily. I don't drink to that.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. And a quick reminder, we're not professionals, we're idiots, but we do have Investing in Whiskey with Tim Swyat today.
Yes, we are. So, again, if you're getting any sort of advice from the Bourbon Daily, you're looking at the wrong place for sure. I mean, come on.
Only advice
We're a morning show.
take is bourbon advice. There's nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to us about bourbon.
Even I wouldn't get my advice from the Bourbon
And
Daily.
Egyptian sand cats, we know about those too.
We are rather expert.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You love the Egyptian sand cat. Tim, let's talk about several of these and barrel futures. This seems to be a big thing. So much so that these days you open up your Facebook, your Instagram, and there's ads for it. Invest in barrels. It's a thing now,
It's
right?
all over the place. They're all a lot of these are scams.
Yeah, I think a lot are scams, but they talk about the fact you can invest money in barrels and then you can sell them to barrels, and some distilleries even do something like that. But where you're buying their whiskey basically as they make it and then selling it back to them when it's ready to go, but for profit, of course. So, what do you think about barrel futures? Is that a thing?
So, a lot of your local distilleries are always looking. The cash flow is always an issue because there's a certain cost to get a barrel made. They need to get product down. So, how do you find opportunities? You offer opportunities with anything that you have out there. If you can go touch it and see it, and you believe in it, that's always a way to go. When you see all these ads on Facebook of investing in all these Scotch whiskeys and all this other stuff out there, it's Fugazi. A lot of that stuff is, you can go to a lot of these different stuff, but it makes sense if you can go touch the spirit. If you think like that the value of any underlying asset is going to continue to move forward in value, then yeah, if you make that assumption, those are possible options for you to get into that. It's just like unfortunately the housing market back in the day. Everybody thinks housing prices will only go up. Well, at some point in time when it goes down, you're dollar for dollar on the downside. But remember, you're dealing with something that's considered, I would say, somewhat a liquid. So you can't just go in, hey, listen, can you give me my money back? That's not the case in that situation. You're looking at least 2 to 4 years plus.
There's risk in barrels for sure. You can't act like there's not. I mean, it can be a thing of, guess what? There's some significant leakage in some of the barrels that you have there.
Correct.
I mean, I that's just loss at that point. But yeah,
100%. All those factors are part of it. Yeah. You're
Kathy,
better off getting a group together with a barrel pick team and selected a barrel than doing something like that.
Yeah, let's make this interactive with the team here rather than just me firing the questions. Kathy, you want to handle the next one on the list and ask Tim about that?
Oh, fuck. Okay, what's the question?
Okay, good.
I throw that.
Yeah, you don't have the usually got all the notes in front of you and stuff.
I think you're
Put 'em
going
on
to
the
ask me
floor.
about traded stocks or equities like Brown.
Traded stocks
Yeah.
like Brown Foreman.
Yeah. What do you think about stuff like that?
You got a lot of these conglomerates that are out there that are liquid that you can go and
Yes, you could potentially invest in a distillery through the New York Stock Exchange even. So what do you think about things like that? Are these decent stocks to consider to look at?
Anything that you can actually place an order for to purchase and then place an order to sell. Those probably aren't things that I'm not as scared of as what's going on, because you can see the price as it moves throughout the day and throughout the month or about the year. If you believe in an industry and you know the industry, I think you go with Warren Buffett's. Warren Buffett only invests in things that he knows.
Sure. Things that he likes, to consumable goods like Coca-Cola or Dairy Queen or something like that. Yeah. Those
Correct.
It's bad.
Kathy, do you want to ask now about the Brown
Kathy's
Foreman?
raising a hand.
No, I want to go on to the next topic, which is allocated bottles. How do you
Now
feel?
you're talking about a collector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Certainly
the
those.
investment level is an allocator.
Yeah. What do you think about hoarding those allocated bottles and saying, well, I can pop those and drink them, or I could potentially sell those down the road? What do you think about someone who's saying something like that in terms of an investment?
So anybody, if Katie Joyce was on here, she would tell you that you are absolutely out of your mind, because any bottle of whiskey purchased would be one worth consuming with friends.
Yes.
Whiskey brings people together, and it's the conversations and the connections that we have that's different than any other spirit. I would say wine is probably there too as well. People come together for a bottle of wine to share a bottle of wine, sharing a bottle of whiskey there. The catch is that with any of this stuff here, you got to find a buyer on the other side.
Right.
And now that comes down to a whole host of trouble for folks in the private markets, this, that, and the other. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe in the state of Kentucky, if the distributor for the liquor store cannot find that bottle or provide that bottle, you can sell directly to that liquor store. I'd have to double check on the rules on that, because they've all changed and stuff like that. But you've got Brad Bonds over at Revival Spirits out in just outside of just on the Kentucky side of Cincinnati. Is a great place to take a look at something like that and to talk to about how that whole thing works.
Yeah. Okay. Darren, what's the next one?
The next one, so I don't have the notes in front of me. I'm not even going to act like I do. But I think the next one was...
If the next one were available...
This is going well. What about Dusty Whiskey? What do you think about Dusty?
I knew
Dusty
what it
whiskey?
was.
It's it's not that much different than allocated, but it's vintage. You do see that stuff going up in auctions and things like that. It goes for crazy money. I mean, you get tempted, right? You see, this bottle sold for $50,000, or this collection sold for $150,000. So yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. You look at some of that. A lot of those $50,000 or $60,000 bottles end up being Japanese, which is interesting. But there was the one prototype bottles that were built out that you guys did an episode on before too as well. That was over $100,000 in an auction, this, that, and the other. The Dusty Whiskey, that stuff, man. I got to tell you, first off, being able to taste history is a unique situation in and of itself. So if you're not tuned in, and this is going to be a pitch for Wes Harden, if you're not tuned into Wes's Dusty's events, that's one way to just start taking a look at it and see if you wanted it. But a lot of that stuff that you're going to find at estate sales, at least when I'm looking, a lot of Jim Beam decanters, because that when whiskey was worth nothing, they threw it in decanters to try to sell it. So you have a lot of stuff out there, but there's a lot of brands that are now defunct. And, I personally like to collect. I inherited a bottle from my grandfather who passed away. It was a bottle of deluxe bourbon whiskey out of Peoria, Illinois. And the historian in me that loves it, Peoria used to be the bourbon capital of the world for a long time, distilling. And you start getting down that history path. Dusty whiskey is an interesting category in and of itself. And there's a whole market on top of that too, as well, amongst private collectors and markets like that too, as well. So Dusty whiskey is interesting, but you're going to find a lot of Jim Beam. You're going to find a lot of stuff that's out there for a while. And then you got to worry about, was it corked right? Not everything's a chessman, an Old Crow chessman.
Is it even real? I mean, that's
Exactly.
the problem too. There's money to be made. There's plenty of people that are, selling the stuff that is.
So that's half the battle with all
counterfeit.
this stuff. Steve,
Right.
you hit nothing that I was kind of going to touch on too as well towards the end is, but it's even in cigars. You got Cohiba putting specific barcodes on stuff, holograms on things. Look at all of the BTAC series with the code on there. You can have the code. They can have the bottle. There's how many? Go on eBay and find how many empty bottles are for sale.
Yeah.
Is anybody buying empty bottles on that? If you're not making them into candles, let's all be a good community and stop that stuff. Because that's how good people get taken advantage of, running around for stuff because they just don't understand. They don't understand how much more is out there outside of certain products.
Nobody's buying an empty bottle for $50 or $100 to then make a candle with. It doesn't happen.
Nope,
Correct.
that's not how.
They're using that to refill that for sure. What do you think about brands that offer investments? I know, like locally, Stolock Whiskey, you can go on their website. It's like, would you like to invest in the company? Is that viable? Investing in a distillery, which I assume it's not like becoming a partner. I assume it's some sort of non-voting ownership, I would guess.
That would be my guess too as well. So
You give
especially
me
in 2020.
Right.
I'm sorry,
Right.
Darren, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's you give me money and I will make whiskey and you can buy the whiskey. That's what it seems like to me. But
Yeah.
No,
Tim knows more.
There's that, or there's you give me a certain number of dollars. I'm going to pay you an interest rate over a certain period of time of 2 to 5 years, and then I'll give you your money back. Basically, like buying a bond is really what it sounds like. It's basically, they're called promissory notes. So they're again a liquid, private contracts. Know what you're doing. Understand that money's locked up for a little bit. It's not like you can go and call it back. But I will say the folks that do this right, they end up having a pretty good fan experience for folks who do commit some assets to them, because you potentially could have, they know who you are. Let's put it this way. If you ended up making a private investment and helping out a distillery lay down a barrel of whiskey, they know who you are. So it's not like you're getting special treatment more than anybody else, but you will get that extra little bit of time with that distiller as they're trying to do what they can throughout the day. It's that's an interesting way to look at things, and especially if they're local, you can see them, you can visit them, you can see what's going on. But all this stuff is all making the assumption that whatever you put in, you're going to get some type of event afterwards that actually cashes out and gives you some money back. But all this stuff could go to zero. We've seen bourbon where it's been at. We don't think it's going to be there. We all do. We have how many bourbon podcasts that are out there? Everybody's enjoying bourbon. The growth is still there. Doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. But yeah, the brand investments that you can touch, you can look at, you can see, you can connect with. Those things are great. I get a kick out of all the Facebook ads that are out there. It's amazing to me. Read the fine print, folks. They're there for a reason.
Yeah. Any other investment ideas that you might have, again, as someone who makes a living in the world of investing, that are bourbon related?
That, bourbon related stuff, the investments I would say that you're making is really more in friendships. If you can have a bottle that somebody has. So there's one thing that I try to do, and I learned this from a friend of mine who has somebody who's got access. He owns a restaurant, so he's got access to a lot of stuff and has a very large private collection. The stuff that people can't get, that are racing all over the place to find, he pops open the bottle. Anything on the shelf, whether it's open or not, you have access to it. And he has a pen, like one of those paint pens, and he has them sign that bottle, so he knows that they had that the last time they were there. So I've tried to do that too as well. Is the investments I'm making are the relationships and turning new people on into bourbon and educating on whiskey in general, and making sure that they have a moment that they wouldn't be able to have before, and signing that bottle so they can check off whatever Van Winkle you want to check off. Get that out of your system. Then go find some of these other smaller distillers that are doing amazing things. Open your eyes.
Shop at just this barrel picks.
Yeah. I mean, there's that too. I mean, there's this little shop in Arnold, Missouri that I'm syndicate member number 2 in, as well as
I'm
as well as
syndicate member
Speakeasy
number 3.
Speakeasy patron number 6 as well. And I don't live in the neighborhood either. I live in the northwest side of Chicago. But I will be spending a lot more time in St. Louis over the next 4 years, and I want a place to go. Single barrels and that unique experience, that's what matters. That's what I'm investing in, is the friendships and getting people access to stuff they can't get access to and open their eyes and educate.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Investing in bourbon is tough. I mean, it's not a get rich quick scheme for sure. So I would try to avoid those things as much as you love bourbon, as much as you're passionate about bourbon. In terms of investing your money, that's a tough road. Be careful. Most of these things, other than buying stocks that are traded with New York Stock Exchange and stuff like that, most of them are anywhere from risky to illegal. When you're talking about, more than likely selling your Dusties, unless you're going to Kentucky, where you can do it legally, you're talking about illegal transactions. So do you want to deal with that? No, I would say no. So, but that stuff's out there, and there are ways to invest if that is something that you so desire. But again, that's up to you, not up to us. We're not trying to give you advice in any way or shape or form here. We'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
Kathy.
You can find me finding my most loved relationships, whether they are bourbon related or people related, on kkcaststrength.com. No.
KKCast.com? Is there a .com in there, Kathy?
At KKCast Strength, not onlyfeet.com/KKCast
She's thinking it through.
Kathy.
She's thinking it through.
My daughter. She's only
Or only shins.
Well, she was trying to keep
I was
it.
trying to
not do
hide
any
it.
drinking. She was trying not to do any drinking on the show. What happened, Kathy? What happened? Talk to us. Don't shut us out. Don't shut us out. Go ahead. Use your words. Are you okay?
No.
We still love you. You're so amazing.
Okay. All right. Tim, how about you?
You can find me sending all the love to KKCast Strength on
me too.
Instagram
I
at
too.
SwyGuy2112.
Yeah, she ended up saying she's gonna go easy tonight. She's gonna mix anything she drinks. She's gonna mix with ginger ale to cut it down.
Busy tomorrow. She's got to be
She's
someplace
busy.
by
She has to
noon.
she's got to wake up by noon tomorrow. I mean, it's tough. It's tough
Oh, God.
to go watch lawnmower races. By the way, we thought, oh my god,
Lawnmower
business meetings, big things.
Lawnmower races.
She's
or
gonna go
KK's
Lawnmower
Pop-ins.
races.
She's got to wake up by noon to go to the lawnmower races. Oh, you got a busy day lined out. Yes.
Watch out, distillery. She may be swinging your way with KK Poppins. Kathy's
Okay,
Poppins.
Poppins. You make
Why do you
Hey, Poppins.
all right. McNew, how about you?
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the world's only single barrel shop where you try before you buy. We'd love to see you walk in there. It's me, Jim, and Darren, and we'd love to talk to you about what we got going on. Exciting stuff. Come by and see us, abvbarrelshop.com. Sign up for more information. We'll send you emails or text, your choice there. Sign up right on the website. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
You can find me at the shop on May 20th, but I'd also like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Friday, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.